It's been a crazy morning. In fact, it's been so crazy that it is literally now 10:23 in the evening. I didn't get any footage after about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm trying incredibly hard to remember even what happened today. You ever have one of those days? So let's see if I can rewind the day a little bit. Two major events happened today. One related to my startup, and the second related to an indie project that I've been working on. So we'll start with the first one. Big deal today. One of my co-founders publicly announced his involvement with Project Pinpoint. We've been calling it Project Pinpoint because we didn't know what to call it for a while, and we landed on that, and I think at this point it's stuck. So maybe I should just call it Pinpoint. Couldn't be more blessed to work with him and one of his previous co-founders, Nolan. Jeff has an incredible background as an entrepreneur. The guy's just nails, and so I feel incredibly fortunate to work with Jeff and Nolan. Both of them are experienced entrepreneurs, have raised a ton of capital, have built a number of companies together over the last decade and a half. These guys are just seasoned and they know what they're doing, and I couldn't be more fortunate and blessed to just participate and learn a ton from these guys. So Jeff and Nolan, if you guys are watching, thank you so much for the opportunity to allow me to help you guys build an incredible company. So why is this a big deal? Well, first of all, I've spent the last 6 months writing publicly about this project as if I was the only one behind it, and that certainly is not true. Jeff and Nolan and I have been building this, spending time together, and just cranking. But due to his relationship with his previous company and having to manage the acquisition process and some of the retention, both of them couldn't be public with their participation quite yet. It's not a big deal. It was totally fine. It just meant that I felt, at least publicly, that I was working on this project by myself, and now I don't have to feel like that anymore. Both of them are active and have been active. Really, the original idea came from both Jeff and Nolan, so all the credit goes to them. And now the three of us can be public about our participation, and we can just kill this. So that's a big deal. It's kind of like being married, but no one gets to know who your spouse is, if that makes sense. So yeah, today, big announcement. I'm not a solo founder, thank the Lord. We've got some great partners, really excited to get this into the hands of some of our early testers. That was today. I gotta change positions here, get a better spot. So the second thing is, I got an email from Apple this morning that the featured artwork request that they had made this weekend was officially approved, that my small indie macOS project could be featured in the Mac App Store this Thursday during the store refresh. Okay, so hold up. For those who don't know, I have two major projects that I'm working on. Actually, that's a lie. I have one major and one very, very minor. The major project is the startup that I just shared about, but the minor project is the small indie Mac app that I've been working on since about September of 2013, so it's been more than 3 years. I've had a ton of fun building this macOS app. And you know what? It's won a couple of neat awards from Apple. It won Best Apps of the Year in 2014 and 2015. I couldn't be more humbled, more honored for that. In a lot of ways, I'm not entirely sure it deserved it. Those awards were more related to my customers who love the product, who continue to support it throughout the years. Okay, so now we can back up. Finished version 3, went through the process of submitting the app to the store. There's always this small chance that your app could be featured in the Mac App Store, which is a big deal. It could go in the major carousel, in the top, in this huge banner, which of course drives a ton of press, ton of excitement, and a ton of sales, potentially. A huge adrenaline rush when you get it. There's just nothing like receiving an email from Apple corporate that's saying, hey, we think you're pretty cool, we think your app's pretty cool. We'd love to consider your little app to be featured. So I get this email, right? And I'm just like, I'm freaking out because it's a super big deal. And I didn't have time to work on the art. I was just so busy with the much larger project, which is my startup. With the help of my good friend Joey, thank you so much, we were able to put together the art package that they need, and there's very specific guidelines last night, and make a submission just before the deadline. And this morning, while I was managing Jeff's announcement about going public, I get an email from them that our submission was accepted without any problems. Apple has executive rights to anything that goes into their store because it's their store, and they can veto any design, they can make massive changes. You hand them the Photoshop file and you essentially say, okay, Apple, you can do whatever you'd like with it. But they approved it, and so there's a possibility that it might be featured this Thursday. You'll know, of course, if it is featured. I'll probably vlog about it or something. And so, you know, those things happened today, and I was so busy, of course, that I didn't have any time to video anything else. I just heads down, cranking on stuff, working with my team. You kind of look up and it's 10 o'clock at night. Holy cow, like, where the heck did the day go? It's just one of those days, and I love what I get to do. I love building a product with some really great people. And then I also really love the fact that as an engineer, as a software developer, I can build these small yet significant apps that people use. It's just one of those things where I was made for software and technology and software was made for me. It's the only thing I'm good at. So that's that. I think this vlog is done. That's all I got.